Hi, it's Lord Magicus, and it's time for Merfolk in Modern. Alright, well, our last Modern was kind of a disaster, and you know what? That happens sometimes. One of the things that I do want to do on this channel is that you get a very unbiased view of what grinding the MTGO leagues looks like. So sometimes, we have successes and things look great, and sometimes things just go absolutely terribly. But oh, I know a lot of people will only want to show you, like, here, look at the recordings of the leagues where we did good. But on this channel, you get the live view as I'm seeing it, where I'm not sheltering you from anything. You see the successes and the failures, because that's really what I want to convey. I want to show like the experience of playing the deck, not just winning with the deck, but sometimes you're going to lose with it too, because that's just how it goes. So yeah, not I'm never gonna like hide that from anybody. That happens sometimes, and that's also part of the thrill here, because now you don't know if I'm gonna win or lose in any given match, because I'm not gonna tell you if I'm only uploading a good or a bad league. So you get my reaction as I'm seeing it, and yeah, you see everything I see. So hopefully it'll be better today. Well, we're gonna play mono blue today, so same kind of philosophy as last time, where I'm going to play a bunch of Mara Regeries in the deck because I want to have extra Lords against Plague Engineer. We're also going to try Coral Helm in this list. I think that this card is very powerful, and I feel like we can make pretty good use of it. Uh, One of the things that you normally with Coral Helm, you want to play it alongside Chalice of the Void, because Chalice protects it from things like Fatal Push or Lightning Bolt in response to you trying to level it up. But we don't have Chalice in this list. However, we do have Kira. So Kira is something I'm interested in trying. Did I knock something over? Yeah, I did. Yeah, I'm interested in playing Kira. Because I think Kira is going to help against like the Jund decks a little bit. Any of like the really removal heavy decks, Kira is going to be great. She has flying and she protects all of her creatures, and then it helps it when our opponent is going to try to go double Fatal Push. Then it makes using Force of Negation to protect it a little bit more reasonable. So we're going to see if that works, and hopefully Kara will help protect the Coral Helm just enough to get there. So what else? Yeah, I mean that's pretty much standard for this list. Same thing. Play your 4 Groves, your 4 Mutavaults, and a Manamo and Oboro. Just because we have some legendary creatures in our list, so they might actually do things with this. Who knows? Sideboard, 4 pieces of Graveyard Hate. Honestly, this probably isn't enough. If we come up against Hogaak, like, this probably isn't going to be enough to stop them from using their graveyard to do degenerate things. But we have to have at least something, so we're going to try. Really, that deck has been absolutely dominating the Mythic Championship. So yeah, it turns out banning Bridge from Below did basically nothing to the deck. The numbers for it, like day one, it was like 21% of the metagame, and it had like a conversion rate that went of 71%, something like that, like the highest conversion rate of any deck. And it went up to 24% for like day two, and then yeah, it took it was by far the highest number of 7/3 or better in the modern portion yeah, of the deck. So it's pretty ridiculous. By pretty much any metric you want to use, Hogaak just utterly crushed the event. I think it only put 1 copy in the top 8, so it's probably not going to get emergency banned, even though it really probably should. But I think that it's pretty safe to say that Hogaak needs to get banned on the next ban announcement, which I think is about a month from now. But until then, we're stuck dealing with it, so yeah, in a field where Leyline of the Void was the single most played card at that event, Hogaak was still the most dominant deck there. It's insane. So yeah, I don't know if this is probably not enough hate for that, but I am not willing to just completely destroy my entire sideboard just for that one deck. We'll just have to try to suffer through it and hope that Trickster tapping it down or having the relics or cage early is going to be good enough. Probably won't be, but you know, we'll try. Alright, but the rest of this, Thassa is in the sideboard. We can bring it in against Jund in control. Yep, she's like still really good against all the grindy decks. 2 Deprives, yeah, they're still fine. If there were more like Primeval Titan decks, I'd probably increase this number a little bit. But I think with the 4 forces in the main deck that this is fine. And we also have Ceremonious Rejection for Tron and Eldrazi Tron, which this should help our matches there. And we really could use some extra help against like Eldrazi Tron, so I like having these here. Same thing like against Karn, Great Creator, we need to be worried about Bridge from Below. Also, this is relevant against the Urza, or the, what is it, the Urza Thopter Sword deck, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, we're going to need Echoing Truth against that. And 2 Dismembers, just because they're good against Thing in the Ice and a lot of other random nonsense. Still use it to kill like stuff like Tarmogoyf. It's fine. Well, you know, we bring him in as needed. But I think this is a pretty well-rounded sideboard, so hopefully we have something against basically anything we play against. Alright, well, that out of the way, let's go do this. Alright. Yeah. Let's do. Okay, let's find our first opponent. Yeah, no, Mythic Championship was a total disaster for Wizards. They tried very, very hard to not put Hogaak on camera as much as possible, but it's pretty hard to do when it's Hogaak is like dominating your field throughout the entire event. That's... I'm sorry, you should have banned Hogaak when you had the chance instead of being greedy and just banning Bridge from Below so you could keep selling more Modern Horizons packs when Hogaak needed to go, and this was the result. It's pretty, and it's also pretty amusing. I've watched a lot of people on the Reddit try to defend it like somehow it's not a problem. Insane. Utterly insane. Alright, let's get into this. Come on, opponent. Well, we are on the play. That's a good sign. Yeah, we're going to play. We got a keepable hand here. We'll keep. Mulligan to 6. Alright. Mulliganing is usually good in the face of Force of Negation. It makes it a little bit more tolerable to use Force. We're up against Hogaak, so, fuck. So the trick here is that Hogaak is playing Leyline of the Void for the mirror match. Yeah, we can't let that happen. And Silvergill Adept is not going to be good against this. Alright, well, we just have to put as much power on the board as quickly as possible. Next turn we can play Coral Helm, level it up, and then play Master, and then level up Coral Helm again. Alright, and yeah, we're just... Yeah, I hit F6. Vengevine's going to the graveyard. And so is Bloodghast, but fortunately they're not coming back this turn. It's probably not blocking. Oh, I gotta turn this volume down just a little bit. Alright. So yeah, the Waterlogged Groves are going to hurt our life total a little bit, but if we draw a land, we'll play double Lords, or if not, we'll just play Lord and then level up Coral Helm. Being a 3/3 right now is good because it can at least block the Bloodghast safely. Yep. So now that's... they have enough for Hogaak, I think. Right? Yeah, because they'll... Do I have it in hand? That's a question. Okay, well they do not have it in hand. That's good. That's also helpful, I think. So, I don't really feel the need to take the extra damage from this right now. They could, no, they can't. They can't block with the blood gas, so yeah, they're just going to take 1,000,000,000 damage. Oh, no, get in there. Attacking for 8. It's just going to get worse next turn. Alright, I could level it to 3, and then if I draw another land, then I can... Yeah, actually, so there is a reason to do that. Because then next turn, if I draw a land, I can attack with Mutavault and play Master and level this up at the same time. Yeah. I don't think playing Gravecrawler is going to help. Cast Bloodghast, yeah, you get your Vengevine back. I feel like if you had Hogaak, you would have cast it already. These all can't block. Alright, so here he just gave up. Okay, so that's good. Yeah, I think they just recognized we had way too much power for them to deal with. Alright, well, we kind of got lucky because we didn't see Hogaak at all. It definitely did not have to go that way. I don't think we really want Kara against this deck. Silvergill is also probably not really necessary here because we don't have time to dick around with Silvergill. We just need power on the board, and like that means we need to play Lords, and yeah, Silvergill doesn't really block very well for the most part. Do I want the Dismembers? It's an interesting choice. Could bring in the Dismembers and the Thassa's and take out Benthic Biomancer. That's probably fine. It's going to hurt our life total a bit, but we have to be able to deal with stuff like Carrion Feeder. Maybe like Thassa gets big enough to like do something. Alright, we'll run it like this. Let's hope that we don't see Daddy H. Well, this hand is absolutely not going to get the job done. There's no way. Well, they kept 7 cards, so that's even worse. Yeah, we can keep this. I guess we're going to put Mutavault in the bottom. Okay. I'm hoping that we don't have to use this Force of Negation. And, like, I think if they Faithless Looting, we probably just have to let them do it. Oh, okay, well that's fine. It's not fine, but it's gonna happen. Oh, well that's actually good, because now we can pitch that to Force if we have to. I played the Waterlogged Grove in case we draw another, like an island, so that we can flash in Trickster if necessary, or play Master. I want to be able to potentially do something. Alright, they have a land. What are they doing here? Shock themselves for it. Casting Bloodghast, okay. Alright. It's another Aether Vial. It's not a card we particularly need right now. So, and I really don't want to block the Stitcher Supplier. I think I'm just going to play this Vial. So, we'll probably pitch Thassa to Force if he plays like this. I don't want to let him get more cards in his graveyard, because he's one short of Hogaak. Nope, never mind. Doesn't seem to have it, though. Because he attacked, which means he doesn't have it in hand. So I was definitely looking for it with Faithless Looting. Bloodghast? No. Yeah, okay. So this one, yes. This one, yes. That's fine, because now we can flash in Trickster if we need to. We can also, if we want to, we can also pitch the Grove for a card. Okay, so here, I think what I'm going to do is, we're going to Violin Master. This looks like he probably has Lightning Axe. Alright, yeah. Sure. Discarded a Faithless Looting. Alright, well, we're still going to do this now. So now we can block the Stitcher Supplier without filling up his graveyard. And it does mean that we go down to 10, which is relevant for these guys. So, let's see. We'll go yes and yes. We'll put them on 2 and 3. That's fine. So worth noting, they're only at 12, which means we can attack for quite a lot. You can put them down to 6. I like that plan. It looks like he just passed through the turn, so that's a good sign. Okay, well, he's definitely dead next turn unless he puts something on the board. And so far, it doesn't look like he has a lot. Like, he'd have to tap both of the Bloodghast in order to cast Hogaak, so it looks like, what, Flashback Looting? Yep. See if he can find Hogaak. In which case, if we draw Trickster, I think we win. Because we can just tap, or, yeah, Trickster taps it down. If we draw Echoing Truth, we can wait for him to attack with it. Because we'll wait for him to attack with the Bloodghast and that. Okay, so he does have Hogaak in the graveyard, so he's going to be able to cast it. He can exile most of his graveyard to do it. So we have a chance. But we have to do something here, so always no, always no. Alright. Dismember. I don't think Dismember's gonna do it, though. So we have to pay 4 life. Because if we attack him, he has to block this. If he casts 2 creatures, though, that Vengevine's coming back and is gonna kill us. Well, no, we can't attack with this and that anyway. So I think that the Dismember probably isn't doing anything right now. But if he attacks with the Hogaak, then potentially we can do something. Because right now we can still Animate Mutavault, block both of these, and then maybe Dismember or something, I don't know. And we can just take this and go to 2. We're just banking on him not being able to put Vengevine back in play. Because then... Ugh, this is getting rough now. Spreading Seas into a land is a potential option. Trickster, I think, will still do it right now. We need him not to have any more blockers, though. Okay. So Vengevine's not coming back. Interesting. Just that, huh? Nope. So, what is your plan? Do you just have another lightning axe? Because I don't understand what you're doing. But we have to do that because we only have one card that we have to draw something good this turn. Alright, sack the grove. Find a card. Alright, well, let's take our shot. He has lightning axe, we're dead. I'm just hoping he didn't have any better attack than that. This looks like he has to have something, though. Yeah, he's got something. Assassin's Trophy. Yeah, because he only takes 4. And even having that there, yeah, we lose. Alright, trophy was good enough. Darn it. Alright, well. So he does have, like, removal on his deck now. You know what? Maybe we want Kira here. The Dismember got really poor really quickly. Maybe we don't want the Dismember. I don't know, I kind of feel like maybe we do need it, though, just for things like Carrion Feeder. It's hard to say. Like, they tank their life total very quickly, but this really helps. It makes us tank our life total very quickly, so... That's like a... Alright, I'll take these out. Right? Or is it Thassa that should come out? Maybe it's her. Since we know that they're playing more removal in their deck, Kira's probably a little bit better than that. And Kira's going to make her Thassa hard to use anyway, so we'll just do it this way. Alright, well, we got close. I think if we would have had another Lord, we had a chance. This hand looks okay. Okay. The Relic is a strong card. And we can protect the Relic a little bit. We're probably going to have to crack it pretty aggressively, though. Yeah. 3 lands. Okay, well, that's good. I could kill... Like, he has 6 cards in hand, though, so I don't think I want to do this right now. But there's a possibility where I kill this with Dismember and then crack Relic in response. I want to see what he's going to do first, though. Because that will, like, keep him far off of his graveyard from being able to do anything. Carrion Feeder. Okay. Faithless Looting. So... what happens here. If Hogaak goes into the graveyard right now, yeah, we're not going to let that be a thing. Okay. Alright, that's fine. We're getting into somewhat dangerous territory, though, where maybe we should kill this while we still can. I think that we probably have to, because he can't cast Hogaak right now. This thing's going to become a 2-2, but there's nothing we can really do about that. You should have sacrificed it for sure. You know, Venge Vine in the graveyard. Alright, and then we'll crack this. Alright. Alright, well, pass. You have 4 cards in hand. Hopefully that keeps you far off of Hogaak. We didn't draw more lands, though. That's a huge problem. Yeah. Oh, he has Gravecrawler in his graveyard. Fuck. That's just going to make life really hard. Alright, well, hopefully this makes things a little bit harder for him. He's not going to get to keep recasting this with just that. Alright, so here, we have a chance. No more black mana. Damn, well, that's going to find it. No, he didn't find a land off of it. That's good. Alright, well, we go to 12. So here's the thing. Now we can hold up Trickster plus Mutavault. I think the right thing to do is play Lord of Atlantis. Because then, even if he sacrifices Gravecrawler to this thing, this is still a 3-3. If his plan is just... well, he's got 2 Vengevines in the graveyard, so we're in dangerous territory. If he can cast 2 creatures at any point, we are looking really, really scary. That's 1. Oh, he discarded Hogaak. Alright, we're going to die. There's no... Well, we can't beat that, so... Now Hogaak's going to come in with 2 Vengevines. And there is no way we could stop that either. That's unfortunate. Yeah, it's rough. This deck is a huge fucking problem, and it's going to get banned like 100%. It's way too hard to interact with this. Like, watch. It's going to just put, like, you know, a casual 16 power of... I don't know, he had to exile one of the Vengevines at least. That's helpful, I guess. So the problem with Carrion Feeder is that he can just put a bunch of counters on it by sacrificing everything to it. I can trade the Mutavault with this Vengevine, but that's about it. Then it means that there's no way I can cast 2 spells next turn, though. We have to draw another land, so I think we have to take this. So we have to be able to cast Regery and Trickster in 1 turn. Alright. Well, that's a start. This is still really bad for us, though. Let's tap down this. And let's see. We're at the point he could sacrifice 4 creatures to Carrion Feeder and kill us with it, so we do have to tap that down. Then if he attacks with these, then we can chump block these 2 and let this through. Lightning Axe is going to kill us. The only hope we have is if he doesn't have Lightning Axe, but no, that's a problem. He discarded another Hogaak. Oh, Jesus Christ. Alright. So how do we get out of this? I don't think we can. With Lord of Atlantis dead, there's no way. Because now, I don't think, yeah, we can't quite kill him now. If we still had Lord of Atlantis alive, then I think we could have. Because it was like 4, 8, 11... And yeah, drawing another Lord would have been able to do it. But yeah, we have to have 2 Lords. And we can only cast 1. This is rough. Yeah, I don't know what the plan is here, because again, Carrion Feeder is still threatened to just... He can sacrifice 4 creatures to it, so we do have to block it or do something about it, because if that gets through, we die. Yeah, I didn't want to attack that turn because, again, I was intending if he was attacking with Vengevine, I didn't want to have to trade a creature with it. So, and because I was going to take this, then I'd have to block both of these if he chose to attack with those 2, because both of them would have been the extra 1 point for lethal. So our hope was to just have Lord in play and then draw another Lord, but now that's not even online. Even if we draw a Lord, I don't think that's enough. Yeah, there's not really a reasonable way to try to do this. So we could cast a Lord with Ragery, untap a blue source, tap Mutavault, crack Waterlog Grove. So then if we draw another Lord, we can cast it, but then we don't have enough mana to actually get Mutavault up to also be able to attack if we draw 2 Lords, and even in that case it would just be 5, 10, yeah, 14. Yeah, it wouldn't even be enough. Alright, well, opponent is disconnected, so I guess our plan is to just hope that, like, his power line just went out or something. No, he just reconnected. Alright, I think that we're just dead. So, I think Trickster is really what we need this turn, because we have to kind of do the same thing again as we did last time. Well, that's not helping. Alright, well, we have to draw something that's not. Alright, so we're still in this. So what does that mean? Trickster can tap this and this down. We can block both of these, which means I can send this one in for 3. Or I can send Mutavault in, right? No, I can send Mutavault and Trickster in. No, that's better. Alright. No, I can't because I don't have Island Walk. Fuck. He can still block. Alright, well, that complicates things. Does this mean a Lord off the top is any better now, though? Because now that means I'll have another Trickster in play. So it'd be 4, 4, 4, and 3. 12. It only is 15 Island Block. Is there any way I can sneak 1 damage in? I don't know, I guess maybe if he cracks a fetch land or something. I can't think of any other way that it's going to work. Like, if I attack with this, he just blocks with the Vengevine, and then there's no way that we can get in. Alright, we need him to, like, use another fetch lands. Alright, so now a Lord off the top is actually going to get there, because he just took 2 for that. So tap down Hogaak. And the same deal, we're going to use Trickster on the Carrion Feeder. Alright, this is still a long shot, but we're giving it our best. We need things to go very, very right for us right now, and things have to go very, very wrong for our opponent. But if we don't draw it this turn, like, I don't think that we can get there. That looks like Assassin's Trophy. That's got to be bad news for us. Alright. Well, that's not helpful. I think we are just boned now, because now we have to start making chump blocks. If he has Assassin's Trophy, it doesn't matter, because he can just, like, do something. He can just, like, blow up the Spreading Seas. Alright, we're dead. There's no way we can come back from that. They had removal anyway, so... Alright, well, we lost to Hogaak. I mean, yeah, that deck is insane. It really is. You can try to interact with their graveyard, but like I said, even having like 4 pieces of graveyard hate is nowhere near enough. Like, you need to have at least 6 or 7, and some number of them probably have to be in the main deck. Like, we would need to go back to main deck relics to deal with this shit, because Wizards of the Coast is too afraid to like hurt their Modern Horizon sales by banning Hogaak the first time. So, I mean, surely it's going to happen the next ban announcement, because it's been of like a long enough time for them to sell stuff. But it is what it is. All right, on the play. Let's try again. This is a reasonable hand. We keep this. Have a bunch of Lords with Force. That's good. Mulligan to 6. Oh, please don't be like another Hogaak deck. I really don't want to just play like Hogaak all night. Alright, so this is a control deck. Alright, so that's good for us. Alright, well, let's get Master of the Pearl Trident out. And hopefully, if we'll try to like maybe get Ragery online. Like, I'm just wondering, they could have like a counterspell, or like, if they like trade Snapcaster with this, that's probably okay though, because later on Snapcaster is going to flashback stuff like Path anyway. So I'll just attack. I imagine it's just like Path to Exile, and if that's the case, that's fine. Sure. I would love to. Yeah, then we'll play Ragery. I don't think there's anything that they're going to play on this turn that's going to matter too much, probably. And if they do, we have Force of Negation up. They can tap out, try for like Teferi, and we can attack them for 5, and then still draw a card with Grove next turn. They just play Narset. I'll probably just let that go. I'm not super concerned by that card. Build around. Alright, so they can blow up Mutavault. That's probably fine. So, I do kind of want to play this Waterlug Grove. I'm sure that we want to hit the Celestial Colonnade, but there's also a chance I just want to hard cast this Force of Negation too. I think we'll just play Grove here. We'll animate Mutavault. We'll attack. Chances are he's just going to kill the Mutavault. I'm not going to throw Lord of Atlantis into this open mana right now. Snapcaster... Now that's going to be rough, because he does have a Path to Exile. Yeah, that's... It's sort of okay that he's doing this, though, because, like, then that means the Field of Ruin's not going to blow this up instead. We at least get an island out of it. So yeah, if they play like Jace or something now, we can force it and then just play like Lord of Atlantis and Spreading Seas then the following turn. Narset. You know what? I'm going to counter this because they only have 3 cards left in hand. And I really want to draw the card off the Spreading Seas. Countering this represents denying them 2 cards for our 1 card, plus we get an extra card off this. So the card advantage on this particular turn was enough with Narset that I think it was worth it. And now I'm just going to Spreading Seas here. So, sorry. Alright, cool. And, let's see. Yeah, we'll play Regery again. So now, if he wants to, he could spend his turn using Field of Ruin on Waterlogged Grove, which, if he does that, it means he can't kill the Mutavault. If he Teferi, that's fine, because if he uses Teferi to bounce this, then Mutavault can still kill it. Guess we're just hoping he doesn't have another Path to Exile. So, is there any way I can play around the path? We'll sack the Grove first, because we're doing that no matter what. If we draw Kira, we can play it first, because Kira protects it from the path. There we go. Now he's not going to be able to path the Mutavault. That's why we do sequencing, because now this works. Sure, you can opt. That's fine. So he has 4 cards, and we have a pretty good field right now. He doesn't have a good way to get rid of this either. That's nice. He's probably going to have to 2-for-1 himself to do it. Detention Sphere. Okay, so you're going to target it, and now you can path it. I think they did that, but probably in the wrong order. They should have pathed it first and then exiled it with Detention Sphere. Actually, we're going to keep that in hand. So I think now what's going to happen is, so we need 3 mana for Regery, 1 to play Biomancer, or we could play 2 mana for a Lord, 1 for Biomancer, and then 1, 2 to adapt it and attack. I like that plan better. Because again, they don't have Field of Ruin up, so we may as well get in our free damage with it. Play Biomancer, and now if they like try to verdict the board or something, we can just turn this Minamo into a better card. I'm not in any particular rush. That's fine, we'll play that. Beautiful. See if we can bait out Cryptic. You might just go for the Field of Ruin this turn. We're running out of basics in our deck, though. Alright. It's a free point of damage, so we'll take it. And I think here, I don't really feel the need to play anything else just yet. He's got 3 cards. We have 5 power in play. It's fine. If we need to, we can give this Lord Island Walk. I want to see what he does first. I don't want to commit too many things to the board in the face of Supreme Verdict. If they Verdict now, we can just play like a bunch of creatures. So here I'll probably just attack with the Biomancer. Oh, that's beautiful, because now Snapcaster's not going to block anything. So we can attack freely with both. Alright. Is that 8? Yeah, we can potentially flash in Trickster on the end step. I think we can just take our time, though. What do you got? Cryptic Command? Why would you not have done that when I attacked you? That's fine. We can still actually kill him next turn. We can just play like 3 Lords if we want to. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. So let's see here. What are we willing to play right now? I can kill Teferi with this. He's only got, yeah, that, and there's nothing he can flash in for 1, so let's kill Teferi. Play Biomancer. Let's adapt it. Ooh, that's good. We will throw away the other Biomancer. And again, we're in a situation here where we can just play 2 Lords and kill them like that, so we can hold up Force of Negation for anything really scary. We don't really need to be... We don't have to go too aggressive. Sure, I'll counter this. You might just lose to that. Well, they don't have Cryptic up, so... One card in hand. So, if the one card in hand is Snapcaster Mage, you can snap Path, but... Actually, yeah, even if it's Snapcaster, that's not enough. Here, I think... You'd have to Path one of these, and then you're top decking, so... I will tap down a Glacial Fortress. Let's just see if he lets it happen. Alright, he did not do it, so... I think they're just dead. Alright. Yeah, the fact that he didn't float the mana means that he had like nothing relevant left in hand, so it was pretty safe to do that. So yeah, this list is a control crusher, easily. Against the control deck, though, we do want the Thassa's, and we definitely want the Deprive. Guess what we don't really need, we can cut like 2 Spreading Seas. They're okay, but we don't need too many of them. Coral Helms are also fine. They're really good in the late game. There's not really a lot of cards I want to cut versus this deck. Like, you can actually probably cut, take out the Manamo, leave in Elboro, because we're on the draw, and probably, honestly, we could, it's very possible we probably should just cut another land. Probably Island, because they're going to go after the Mutavaults. That's fine. We only need 18 lands. They're going to path us or like Field of Ruin our lands anyway. Yeah, but just because of Path to Exile, they're going to give us the mana we need, and like we're not in a super hurry to kill them. I think this is fine. You could make an argument for bringing in Echoing Truth, but I think that we're okay. Oh, look, in this hand, it's okay. We have Force of Negation. I'm willing to keep this because I think we're going to have time to actually do stuff with this. We'll find a second blue source eventually. Beautiful. Alright. So, because we have Aether Vial, yeah, let's just play Mutavault first. Because there's a possibility we attack with it next turn. They might be debating Force of Negation right now. Opt. Okay, that's actually fantastic. They're going to look for Force. If they have that against us right now, I think that's okay for us. Yeah, in this line, like, again... Oh, beautiful! Okay, they exiled a Snapcaster Mage for that. That's amazing. Because they feel like we're weak with this, but I think this hand is actually fine, because we're going to have way more than enough time to, we will have enough time to find more blue mana. I could attack with the Mutavault, but I think I'm just better off playing Benthic Biomancer, because we can adapt it. Once we find the second blue, we're just going to, like, nut crush them with value. Like, the combination of Thassa and Kara are just, it will destroy them. And we're also threatening to just adapt this next turn. And plus, Coral Helm's going to be very good, too. You know what? If they path this in response, that's actually fine anyway. Let's see. I don't want to get rid of any of the... I guess we're going to get rid of Biomancer. They can get rid of it if they want to, but I'm... See, right now their Path to Exile is actively bad, because if they path it, they're just fixing our mana and ramping us into these cards. Okay. They can trade Snapcaster with this Benthic Biomancer. That's cool with me. They're at 3 cards right now. They'll go up to 4 and then 5 in their turn. Sure, block it. So we can just cast Silvergill next turn. We still have Force up. If I have to pitch something to Force, it'll probably be Coral Helm. Because I think Kira and Thopter are too strong. Like, yeah, this hand is just great. I don't actually. You know what? I don't know if I want to pitch Coral Helm. Maybe we get rid of Kira first. Narset Parter of Veils. I could actually force this, but yeah, you know what? I am gonna force this. I'll pitch Force. I don't think we're gonna need it. They've already exiled a bunch of their. They've used a bunch of their good cards. All right. Now this is where our opponent is gonna just like weep. So if they don't have like Detention Sphere, then this just kills them. Because now we can just scry like counter spells or whatever we need to the top of our deck with this. So they have to deal with it now. And even if they find like Detention Sphere, I can just play Kira, and that's equally bad for them. Oh, beautiful. Aether Vial is actually pretty good, I think. Is it though? Oh, well, this makes all of our creatures uncounterable, so I think that, yeah, we are going to put that on top. Yeah, let's play Silvergill Adept. Yeah, if you have Spell Snare, that's fine. It just makes it more likely for this to resolve because you can't mana leak it. See, we don't need to worry about having actual cards in hand because Thassa's just going to guarantee we don't draw shitty cards for the rest of the game. Like, even if he plays Teferi... Oh, well, that could be a problem. Alright, so we need to do something about this. That's not really where I want to be right now, I don't think. Because this has First Strike. We probably need to assemble Trickster in some combination with this. Alright, well... Okay. Next turn we can Violin Coral Helm and make it a 4/4 flying. We're going to have to take hits off of this for 2 turns, but theoretically what happens is... Alright, yeah, he destroys Grove and we get a basic. It's fine, we're not taking damage off of it now. I did not want to do that first, but you know what, it doesn't matter because we're going to tick this up anyway. Yes, we definitely want that on top. So we can afford to probably take at least one more hit from this thing, and then what will happen is next turn we'll be able to like animate the Mutavault and then Trickster it and then block with like everything. Actually, we can even have Thassa block it. So he's got 2 cards in hand. If I put Coral Helm in play and level it up, he could actually path Thassa. I think that's a risk we have to take, though. So, if he has Cryptic Command, he might end up bouncing something. Well, no, if he has Cryptic, he cannot bounce this. He can tap our creatures. And honestly, if he wastes Cryptic, tapping, and drawing, that's actually okay. Attack. Alright, pass. So we'll go to 7, but next turn, like, we can definitely kill this thing. Or, like, maybe even just attack him for 1 billion. If he Supreme Verdicts, that's okay, too. We really want, like, Deprive on top. Force of Negation is also fine. We'll put that on top. Nope. Which means right now we can attack him for 9, 10, 11, and then tap this down and theoretically just kill him next turn, and we can force anything that stops us from doing that. So let's do that. Even if he puts us to 2, does that matter? He gains 5, he goes to 14. How much do we have in play? We have 3, 7. We have 14 in play, actually. So we can even just, like, we can take one more hit just in case of Supreme Verdict. He is facing 14, so we can use Thassa to try to put a land on top. I'm going... Timely Reinforcements. Yeah, no, we're not going to do that. We're going to cast it for actual mana. I'm not going to let him gain the creep. Yeah, I'm not going to let him have blockers. Okay, well, I don't think it matters at this point. Like, we probably just want a counterspell. No. Attack for 14. Alright, yeah, that worked. So, yeah, we beat Lyra. That was easy. Yeah, this list is, like, perfect at crushing control. Like, Kira and Thassa are amazingly powerful against control decks. And, like, Force of Negation is also very strong. It deals with everything that is not named, like, Snapcaster Mage or Supreme Verdict. And, honestly, like, it's pretty easy for us to beat control. Alright, well, we start on the draw this time. Let's see. Come on. This hand's okay. We can keep it. It has a curve. It has force. It's fine. Cast spells. They kept 7. We're going to keep 7. If this is against Tron, this is actually pretty good. We might just be on a plan of cast double Spreading Seas. This is probably control, so... What the fuck?! Wow! Holy shit. What is this nonsense? Yeah, okay. Oh, no, this is the Urza deck. Okay, so, alright, yeah, no, we're up... we have to be up against Urza. That's the only deck that's playing all 3 of these in the main deck. We have 3 cards in hand. So I think we need to use Force to counter, like, Whir of Invention. Thopter Foundry. Okay, well, I think we do have to counter that. So our plan here is we just have to kill them before they have, like, Ensnaring Bridge. Sometimes they keep really risky hands that don't have a lot of mana in them to do things, so well, let's just hope that this is fine. So they did have both Thopter and Sword, so that's interesting. I have 2 cards in hand still. This is actually my first time playing against this deck since it was rebuilt to include Urza in it. And they're 1 mana away from casting Urza. Oh, that's good. Because now we can play Biomancer and then still play Trickster. Attack. So right now we'll have 6, 9 in play. Alright, they're just trying to draw it. We can have 10 if we adapt Biomancer, but I think if we draw Lord next turn, then we can kill him. Where now if we draw another island, I think we can double adapt and kill him if he doesn't have any blockers. Okay. Sure, I'm guessing they're getting Ensnaring Bridge, so we have to find a way to kill them next turn. So we can put Trickster in play. Yeah, so Ensnaring Bridge is online. Tormod's Crypt. Sure. Alright. I think we can do this. So we have two, so let's see, that's 6 right now. 9. So we can adapt to Biomancer, and if we find a land with it, we can then adapt this one. And if not, then I think we're fucked. So, alright, we have to find a land for victory. That is not a land for victory. We can attack Karn, but I don't think that's really going to do anything. Right, because we only have 10 damage in play. If we attack him, he's just going to cast Ensnaring Bridge. I guess we have to kill Karn. And hope that for some reason he just is not going to be able to play anything. So now we can just play Bridge and hide behind Bridge. Yeah, Mind Stone, Bridge. And he should be able to cast everything in his deck now. We don't have any Echoing Truths in the main deck. We needed a land. If we had a land, he was dead. But we couldn't find one in the top 2 cards. I guess this doesn't really matter here. I'm going to play Reejerey just in case there's something like Blast Zone, so it leaves us with some more creatures to attack with. If for some reason we can deal with this. I feel like that's not going to happen, though. Trying to think what other outs that we could have. Like, we can't seize him off mana. Yeah, War of Invention. Alright. Yeah, and he just needs to find the sword now. Oh, he has the sword, so when he has Urza, he goes infinite, but, like, no, we can't win from here. He has no cards in hand. Alright. Well, we had exactly 1 turn to try to find the land, and we did not. So, that's unfortunate. However, we're going to want Ceremonious Rejection, Echoing Truth, and I think Deprive. I do not think Kira is going to be necessary in this matchup because they don't really have a lot of removal. Dismember can kill Urza, but I think if Urza resolves, we're probably in a lot of trouble anyway. That said, I don't think Spreading Seas is necessary. I don't get the... Yeah, they already give us Island Walk a lot. I guess maybe we want this. Trickster's probably not great. We'll keep Coral Helm, I think. Actually, you know what? We probably want Thassa in this because we need to scry to our Echoing Truths, so take out that, and I guess we'll take out what I want to keep Silvergill because we need to draw into Echoing Truth aggressively. I guess I'll take out one Mara Regery. Alright, we'll do it like this. Yeah, this is a very tough deck for us. This is fine. We'll get Vile in line and hold up Rejection. There's also a possibility we could side some of these out, but if we're going to bring in counter spells, I like having these kind of cards available. I don't think that there's any way you can, like... I'm not going to play the Vile in turn 1. I'm going to hold up the Rejection just in case of, like, Ensnaring Bridge. Because maybe if he plays, like, land, 2 artifacts, Mox Opal, he could try to turn 1 bridge us. Or if he has, like, I don't know, it is possible they could have a hand that, like, turn 1's a Karn. Especially if they have this in the opening. He exiled Urza, Lord High Artificer. Alright. Yeah, alright. Yeah, I can't stop that. Well, I guess I could have forced it, but... I don't really want to force it. We can beat the Thopter Foundry as long as it's not infinite. Sure. So they are playing Paths in this deck, which means maybe we can side out some lands if we get to Game 3. Well, he's going to play Urza. No, he's going to play Karn, so we have to reject this. Let's tick this up. That's good. We have Dismember if he plays Urza. Looks like he's mana screwed right now, so let's adapt this. Oh, well, we need this more than we need the Dismember. I would really love to put this in play this turn, but I need to keep Force up. And I don't want to have to pitch cards, so what will happen is I'll try to tick Vile up to 3 next turn. Because then, if we put Regery in play, and we cast a 2-drop, we can untap whatever land and still have 3 mana up for Force. He only has 2 cards, so... Well, I wonder what they are. Like, maybe they're Gemstone Caverns or something like that. Oh, it could be Whir of Invention. Yeah, X equals 2. So what the hell can he get for X equals... he's going to get the Sword of the Meek. So no, I think I do have to counter this. Yeah, otherwise he's just going to, gain a bajillion life and make a bajillion tokens. Yeah. Karn's actually fine, because if he gets Ensnaring Bridge, we can still, like, deal with it. Even if he, like, gets Mycosynth Lattice, like, we have Echoing Truth in hand. So we got Sword of the Meek. Alright. Well, that's... I mean, I guess I have to cast the Silver Guild now if I want to draw the card. Oh, fuck, and I can't use the Regery. Well, that's unfortunate. So I can put Regery in play now. And pass. If his plan, he can't really block any of our stuff, so... Well, that's unfortunate. There's not really a lot we can do about that. Fuck. How do... Alright, well... We can bounce the Benthic Biomancer, or I guess the Biomancers are probably the best thing to bounce. He had Verdict the whole time, so... Alright. Now he can play the sword, and now he's just gonna start sacking the sword to this to make a bajillion things. We're not straight lost yet, but we're getting very close. Because now he can just gain 6 life and make 6 1/1s. He can do it at instant speed too, so... Helm is okay. I could actually put this into play and make it... but the other option is if I put Master in, I can start attacking him now. He can do this 3 more times, or he can actually do this 4 more times. So I can play Master and Coral Helm, and then, I don't know, maybe next turn we try to just, like, do something and get there. Could level Coral Helm up to 4, potentially. We don't have a lot of time to do this, so... He has Island, so he's going to take the 5 damage anyway. So yeah, do it now. It's just, again, not totally lost, but it's pretty close. I don't think we can keep up with this. So we're getting attacked for 8 this turn, and then lethal next turn. And these are artifacts, so, like, even if we draw Echoing Truth, we can't actually stop him. So, yeah, he can just, he can gain, like, a ton of life right now if he wants to. 5, 6, 7, so he's effectively at 20. We have to deal 20 damage to him, and it has to be this turn. Okay, so what's the plan here? Leveling up Coral Helm to 5, to become a 5/5 will make... Well, the Master can't be blocked, so this will be 5, and this will be another 7, so that's only 12 damage. So I don't think that's the plan. Could adapt Biomancer and hope to find like a 2-drop. What if we find like another Master of the Pearl Trident? I don't know, I feel like that's the best plan we have right now, so let's do that. It's not great, but I think they're all losing plans. Yeah. That's not going to do it. We lost. That Supreme Verdict just like blew us out, and the problem is like knowing that they have this like the combo in their hand is just too much. I can't afford to like not commit to the board to try to kill them, but at the same time, like if he has a Verdict, like he just is gonna kill us anyway. So. Alright, we lose. That's all there is to it. Well, yeah, this match is very poor for us. We have to be tacked pretty heavy against it, I think, to really get through it. Like, it plays all the bad cards, like Supreme Verdict, Engineered Explosives, Blast Zone, Ensnaring Bridge, like all the fucking bad cards for us. Darn it. Alright, well, on the draw, this is okay, I guess. We'll keep. So up against control, it looks like, so this is probably fine against them. Alright, so this just became better. Is there... I don't think there's any chance I'd want to play this next turn. So I'll just play the Mutavault. I'm not going to tell them that I'm a blue deck. That's interesting. Alright, well, I guess we're going to play it. There's not really any reason to attack, and I don't want to waste the Spreading Seas just yet. Sure. Hand is actually pretty good right now. I'll probably pitch Marrow Rejury to force. I think that I want to keep the Biomancer to be able to adapt. Ooh, that's a neat card. You don't see that a lot. Narset. You know what? Narset's fine. We can still adapt this in their turn. And Univault can also now attack and kill Narset if we want to. So tick upstairs, tick upstairs. That's a good one. So right now, we could put the Master in play if we want to, but I don't really feel like there's no need to expose it. We just get an extra 2 damage in if that's the case. So we could just kill Narset this way. So they got 1 card out of it. Oh wait, did they? I don't think they did get a card out of it. They didn't reveal any cards, so then at the end of their turn, maybe we'll Violin Coral Helm and just tick it up. Rager is not really what we need in this matchup, so he's fine to be force food. I'm likely to gonna Violin Coral Helm and just make it bigger, I think. Yeah, so yeah, they just played Narset, and I guess they just found like all creatures or lands on top of their deck. Because, yeah, there's nothing in the revealed zone, so he minused it and did not find a non-creature, non-land. So that's good. He got no value out of that. Okay. And if they play Jace, we can just counter it and go to town. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, I'm willing to put Coral Helm in play. It's going to probably take a second to read what this thing does. I'm guessing he's holding up cryptic commands right now. I don't know. It could have, like, Settle the Wreckage is also a possible card, but I think that if anything, it's probably just cryptic. We'll take both of these up. And if we need to put Regery in, we can. Oh, that's good. So let's level up Coral Helm. If they bounce it, that's also not the end of the world. If he wants to trade a Snapcaster with a Biomancer, I'm fine with that too. Vendilion Clique, okay. He can trade Clique with... Oh, he can try to trade Clique with this thing. He's targeting me, so... So now he can take either Force or Master, that's fine. You could take Master and then use Path to kill this thing and then exchange Clique here. I don't want to put too much stuff on the board right now in case he has like Supreme Verdict. So he did take Master, so that's good. So he's gonna Path. Yeah, that's gonna happen. But he replaced it with Kira, so that's actually pretty good for us. So if he wants to trade Clique with this Coral Helm, that's also fine. We have plenty of cards to replace it with. Did not play a land this turn. I'll put Silvergill out. I'm curious what we're going to draw with it. Alright, good. So Spreading Seas will definitely get pitched to Force of Negation if he plays like Teferi. He does not know about this card, which is very good for us. Always no, always no. Let's just declare attacks. No need to get greedy right now. Fact or fiction? I could counter this, but no, that's fine. Well, I think that what I'm going to do is... I don't want Teferi to be in the same pile as Path. Let's see, he already has one Colonnade. I'm not really worried about him having another. I think this is fine. This is probably the one that's going to be of more value to him. You know what? No. We'll put the Clique and the Op together. So that way he's sure to take it like this. I think this is the best way to do this. Yeah, that's what I thought. I don't want him to have Clique and then force us to play Kira before he plays the Teferi. So we can still counter Teferi, but I want to try to keep... Narset is fine. I guess I could have adapted this, but eh. I haven't drawn a card in this turn, so it actually doesn't really matter that much. Um, hmm. Yeah, Mutavault's still the weakest thing right now. And I guess, since I know he has Path to Exile in his hand, I can just weaken the Path right now. Alright. Perfect, because now the Path doesn't do anything. Though we're walking into very dangerous, like, Supreme Verdict territory. So let's send Narset, your face, your face. Right? So now I can play the Spreading Seas, draw the card. And we have to pitch to force. I think this is still very winning for us. It's a Fairy Time Raveler. So we do have to counter this. Because we won't be able to use the force if we don't counter this. Yep. So he's going to burn 2 paths. Okay. So right now, if we draw a Lord, he's actually dead. So no, I'm sorry, no. What if we put Trickster in play? If we put Trickster in play, then that could be 3, 6, 9, 12. So putting Trickster in play gives us a chance to actually kill him this turn. So I'm going to do that. Any Lord kills him. Alright. If I play Ben and adapt it, that doesn't actually do it. So I may as well just tack him down to 4. Yeah, there's no reason to play this Benthic Biomancer just yet, so now he's in a situation where he kind of has to play Supreme Verdict or he's going to die. He cannot tap out for that Teferi. If he taps out for Teferi, he's dead. So that's off the table. So it really is like cast Supreme Verdict or you lose. So it looks like maybe he's going to go for Cryptic Command. We have a lot of really good draws right now. Silvergill's good. I don't. So what like if we attack with these guys, all right. He could play Snapcaster and Path 1. That's fine. Might just still be dead though. Sure. I will Violent Silvergill and see if we can draw something, because he has to path before damage. Yeah, you can declare blockers, that's fine. You're still on very thin ice right now. You have to cast a path, which gives me a chance to go for force. Or Mararigiri, I think. No, Mararigiri not quite, so. Okay. So let's see, he's at 2 cards right now. There's 2 paths here and 1 in here. He's cast 1 Snapcaster so far, so he could have more. We know one of the cards is Teferi, Hero of Dominaria, but if he taps 5 lands for that, that's probably death. But also, if he like goes out for Supreme Verdict at this point, he's dead anyway. So there's no reason not to just do this. Because now we have ridiculously lethal in play. If he verdicts the board, Mutavault still kills him. Yeah, so no matter what. Alright. Crush Control. Like, that's what this deck is for. Like, this is a control crusher. So, let's see. Deprive, Thassa. Can cut some Spreading Seas. I think we want to... Like, Trickster is normally a fine card that we can have against him. I guess the Manamo we can cut. We can cut an island. And you know what? Maybe we do want to bring in the 2 Echoing Truths. Maybe. Because they still do play stuff like the Tension Sphere, and like this can just get them. I'm trying to think, what do we want to like take out for this though? What did we say last time? I totally forgot. Because I don't want to take out many of these cards. Like, these are all actually pretty fine cards to have. Yeah, like, I could shave 1 Vial, but I don't really want to. I could actually maybe take out 2 Tricksters. You can do it like this, because Trickster still like interacts with the Lyra if they play it, but Echoing Truth also interacts with it, and Detention Sphere if they have that. So, oh, this is a good hand. We can get our Vial out. There's not really much they can do about it, and then we have Force and like Kira. Like, this is great. I'm gonna keep this for sure. This is close to an ideal 7. Ugh. All right. Go for it. I doubt we're attacking with this next turn, but who knows, maybe. So, it's possible. We might attack with it. I don't know. If he plays, like, Search for Azcanta, then I might actually do something. Maybe a Mutavault gets in then. I don't know if they're still playing Search in their deck or not. If they... Yeah, so I doubt that... Yeah, I'm not into 2 mana. Definitely not, so... Beautiful. Just pass. We're not in any hurry. We can take our time. Ooh, neat. Alright, so what we'll do here is we'll play Benthic Biomancer. And we can even adapt Ben. Probably get rid of this Mutavault, because we want the double blue in case we draw a counterspell. If you want to path it, that's fine too, because you're just giving us more mana. Deal. I will gladly take a free land for the 1/1. It was just gonna increase card quality, but now it just gave us even more mana, so I'm fine with it. And chances are I'm gonna take Vial up to 3. So I think what I will do here is probably play... I could play Mutavault, but I don't know if I want to attack into this right now. But it does let me hold up Force of Negation. If I play the Waterlog Grove, I can crack that and maybe put a 2-drop in at the end of his turn. Actually, that's probably better. There's no reason to like attack into like another Path or Snapcaster or something. I'm gonna force him to sweat on this Mutavault for a while. Anytime you tap out, you could be taking a bunch of damage from it. That's just... Oh, they're stuck on 3 lands. That's good. Okay. Take Vial up. You might be debating Vendilion Clique right now. Well, now it is too late, so, How do I want to do this? I can play Coral Helm and just make it a 3/3 right now. There's no way to play around Clique, though, unfortunately. No, we're gonna be patient. That's fine. I'm not worried about this just yet. Yeah. We've got time. Snapcaster, sure. Okay. I'll wait for you to cast the Opt. Make you make the choice without with the minimum amount of information. Now I will put Kira in play, now that you can't use Clique to take it away in response to the Vial. Yep. If your plan is to burn another removal spell on this, I'm just going to counter it. That was amazing. Yeah, Snapcaster cannot attack here. There's no way, because the Mutavault will... Oh, this is a mistake. Now, you do not want to attack, trust me. That's not going to end well for you, because I have Mara Regery online. Always no. Alright, so Trickster's fine. So we're going to attack with both, and if he blocks with Snapcaster, we'll vial in the Reejerey. Nope. That's fine. Just going to be patient. I think that at the end of this turn, I will put Reejerey in play. Because even if he verdicts right now, that's fine, because then we get to attack him for like 1,000,000,000 damage. Teferi Time Raveler. Okay. That's fine. There's not really much you can do with it. You can try to path it again if you would like. Sure. Let's put Reejerey out. Then we can cast Coral Helm, tap this down, kill Teferi, attack you for 6. So, in order... Yeah, I don't want to sacrifice... I can, actually. I have an island in hand, so... It still gives me enough to do this, because I need 4 for that, and then 2 for that. Yeah, I can afford to crack this for a card. It's always another Waterlog Grove, but that's fine. Oh, that's even better. Alright, so now you can't block any of this anyway, so... Is there any possibility we can just, like, kill him? I don't think so. I don't really need to play Lord of Atlantis right now, but... He only has 2 cards in hand. Like, what are the odds that they're actually going to do anything? Alright. We'll untap an island. I want to keep Merfolk Trickster up, just in case. I could threaten to kill him, actually. Maybe I should do that. Yeah, I think that's a better plan. We'll just attack him down. Because then, even if he, like, Supreme Verdicts, then we can still just Trickster down Snapcaster and kill him. This is fine. The Teferi's not doing anything this turn anyway. It ticks up. Yeah, that's fine. Because the Reejerey is already threatening to kill him. So, I don't really have to worry too much here. Oh, that's beautiful. And I can also just Violent Thassa and make something unblockable. Sure. Yeah, this is still winning anyway. Okay. So, let's see. I can play Coral Helm and just level it up a bunch right now if I want to. He's not going to be able to get rid of it. He's still in a situation where he kind of needs Supreme Verdict or he's dead. Since I can't do anything in his turn, there's not really any reason not to do this. Again, he's still facing lethal. Okay. Just looking for, like, Force of Negation. No, that can go in the bottom. He just gave up, yeah, because he realized, like, they're unblockable anyway. So, I mean, that's how you do it. You just crush control. Alright. Well, that was quick. Last round. Let's see if we can make this a positive one. On the play, that's a good sign. His hand is okay. I don't think I can afford to throw this back. Like, we have some spells that, like, do things. Like, we have a sort of an aggro curve, but Spreading Seas is good against some decks. I don't know. I guess it's just I have to keep this, but I'm not excited to keep this. There's certainly a lot of decks where this is not going to be very good against, but okay, well now I feel really smart because we kept Spreading Seas against Tron. So I think what we want to do this turn is let's play Coral Helm Commander, because we can level it up, and next turn if he's showing us, if he shows us any sign of weakness, then we can just like make it a flyer and attack with it. If he plays another Tron land, we'll just play Spreading Seas on it. And then level it up once. Okay, so he played 2 power plants. That's good. So this is Eldrazi Tron. So we don't have to be worried about much right now. So here, what we can do is, I think Lord of Atlantis is probably less important than Regery, because just trying to think which one. If I play Lord this turn, I can level it up once and then level it up again next turn. If I play Regery now, then I could play Lord next turn and level it up twice. That might be what I want to do. And I'm also trying to think, if he has like Thought-Knot Seer next turn, which one would I rather him take? I kind of feel like Regery is going to be better against Thought-Knot Seer, so I'd rather play that this turn. Because then if we play any fishy, it acts as a Spreading Seas regardless. And there's more fun things we can do with Regery to screw him over. Like if we have Trickster, we can tap down mana sources in the upkeep. Whereas this is only good if we have this, and there's a chance that we might need to pitch the Seas to force at some point. So I don't want to rely on that plan. If he takes the Lord, so be it. We can, yeah, like they can still make this a flyer and get in. Or again, like I said, if I draw another Merfolk, then I could tap down Thought-Knot Seer and attack with both of these anyway. If he plays Karn, I'm 100% countering it. Chalice on 2. I do have to counter that. Because I don't have any Cavern of Souls in my deck. This is really good, though. We can just attack him for like 1,000,000 now. Okay. He does not have a lot of good options right now, because this Coral Helm Commander just on its own is going to threaten to kill him with flying. Like, Reality Smasher doesn't do it, Karn doesn't do it, Thought Knot certainly doesn't do it. Yeah, you're dead. Dismember is definitely not going to do it, so, like, yeah, he loses. Alright. So, where's that concession? Yep, there we go. Conceded from the game. Thank you, opponent, for being kind and not dragging this out. Okay, well, we won Game 1 against Eldrazi Tron, so that's always a really tough part of this. So we definitely want these ceremonious rejections, and we do need the dismembers. Kira, I think, is going to help a little bit against the Walking Ballista. I think we got to keep Spreading Seas. Actually, the card that I found I really don't like in this match is a Silvergill Adept. We probably need Echoing Truth because they do play Karn the Great Creator along with Ensnaring Bridges now, so it's important to kind of have that. Yeah, I don't know if I want to bring in Thus. I don't think it's that necessary. Is there anything else I want to side out here? Like, not particularly. Trickster is kind of important. I guess maybe Benthic Biomancer is a little bit poor because it's an X1, so it dies to Walking Ballista pretty easily. I think this is right. I'm gonna go with this, and we'll see if this works. All right, let's do it. Four of a kind. Unfortunately, this is not poker, so this is a pretty terrible hand. As amusing as it is. No more funny business, MTGO. Let's give us, like, real hands, please. We're up a game. Like, let's just end this on a high note, please. It looks like maybe his hand is kind of sketchy, so, at least that's good news for us. He's taken a while to think about this. Yeah, well, we definitely have to mulligan. He chose to keep. This is fine. We're going to keep this. And I think Echoing Truth has to go on the bottom here. I want to keep the lands, because this can turn into another card if we need it to. But if he plays like Chalice, then I really want to have the Force. I don't want to draw the Echoing Truth just yet. Alright. Eldrazi Temple. So, this looks like... Alright, well... means turn 2 Thought Knot might be on the way. No, not this turn. Matter Reshaper, Chalice on 1. I'm gonna let that happen. We already have Vial out, and we sided out most of the Biomancer, so basically all Chalice on 1 is doing is turning off Ceremonious Rejection and the other Aether Vials. So I think here, we just need to play as many creatures as possible before he starts eating them out of our hand. Now Thought Knot's a thing. He does not have Thought Knots here. That's a good sign for us. So he might be on, like, a Karn hand. So this Trickster may be getting exiled. Alright. Let's play Kira. This protects us a little bit. So if his planet, yeah, like, having the Force helps against stuff like All Is Dust, but now if he's going to play Karn, then we can counter it. Yeah, we are going to counter that. Alright, so this is good for us, so I'll keep this on 2. There's no reason to tick it up yet. Oh, of course we drew the 1. Alright. Let's draw a card. Oh, that's good. So, if we should play the Seas now, the question is, what do we seize? He's not anywhere close to Tron. However, if he plays another land, he's on 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, so he could All Is Dust us. So let's turn this into just an island, so he's only on 6. That's a good card, I guess. So then next turn again, we can sack the Grove, try to draw a 2-drop, and we have Dismember up. Well, don't get Tron and make me look stupid, please. He's probably got another Karn. Walking Ballista on 2, that's actually fine, because he can't kill anything with it. Spreading Seas, we can seize... Well, I guess we should seize the Mind this time. Alright, so let's do that first, because if I draw an island, I will use the island to cast the Dismember. Alright, well... Oh, he just F6! He didn't even bother trying to, like, ping me with it. Alright, well, opponent, you got really greedy in that, and you should have had me at 10. There's no excuse for that. That was a mistake. He's just getting frustrated now because of this Kira. Uh-oh. Alright, Matter Reshaper's fine, because Kira can still get in the air, and if we draw, like, another Lord, we can still get in on the ground. Alright, so here's another really interesting choice. I think we're going to sack this, try to draw a Lord. That's actually fine. I could Dismember this. So if I Dismember this, I go to 8. And then Coral Helm comes in, and next turn is a flyer, and that might just be lethal, right? Because then he's going to take... So yeah, he'll take 4 this turn. Yeah, I think that's the plan. But, alright, can I play around anything by not doing this? If I let Matter Reshaper attack me, does that help? Because I could put him to 8, and then Coral Helm comes out. He'll be 3. He'll be a 4, and I can only attack for... No, alright, I'm going to go for the plan that lets me try to win the game next turn. Mind Stone, so that's on top of his... Or he gets to draw Mind Stone to his hand, so that's probably not helping his cause. Or no, it's 3 or less. It goes into play. So he could theoretically draw a card with it. Alright. We're still protected from Dismember. Yeah, so he's going to draw. But I don't think there's anything he can draw this turn that's that good. So now that he's at 6, because... Yeah, now Coral Helm can come in at end of turn and, like, still, at the very worst, be 3/3 flyer. But if he just plays like Thought-Knot Seer, like, this will be a 4/4 in the air. Yeah, so I think this is fine because I'm pretty sure we can win now. So we have 6 flying damage. Thought Knot can eat Kira, but that doesn't make any difference because I'm just going to pump up Coral Helm twice and attack for 6 in the air. And that should be that. They cannot dismember, can't spatial contortion, so I think that we just have this locked up. Alright, and there we go. We just pasted Eldrazi Tron. I mean, it looks like his draw that time was kind of poor, so that makes sense. Like, yeah, like, I don't know. Like, he didn't have any blast zones or anything like that. He only got to play 1 Ballista after Kira was in play, and the Ballista was only for 2, so he didn't get Tron online to play the Ballista on 3 or 4 or anything. I still think that this was fine. We saw a lot of good work out of Coral Helm Commander. So our losses were versus Hogaak and also versus Thopter, Foundry, Urza. Which, I mean, those are pretty reasonable losses. I don't expect to like win those every time because some people playing Merfolk have said that they have pretty good records against Hogaak. And I mean, if you have the right draws, like you're playing like Harbinger or Tidebinders in your deck, like I could see that being the case. But it seems like it's pretty hard to like be teched against that one deck and not lose to everything else at the same time, I think. Whereas like this deck you saw is much better against the grindy decks like Control and Jund. We didn't get to play against the black-green mid-range, but we played against Control twice, and you saw how easily we just absolutely pasted them with Kira, Forces, and Thassa. Like, those are the cards that you want in the matchup. You even got to see, like, forced him to use like 2 removal spells on Kira and then countered the second one with a force, just hard cast. So I got him to 2 for 1 himself and didn't even get rid of the freaking Kira. That was insane. So yeah, I think that this has some potential. We saw Coral Helm do some pretty good work too, like just a single card threat. So if we're going to play stuff like Force where we're going to be giving ourselves card disadvantage, it helps it, like this is the kind of card that helps us catch back up because it lets us turn our mana into a bigger creature instead of just putting it across the board in like smaller bodies that use multiple cards. So it kind of balances out the card disadvantage by basically just being 2 creatures stapled together instead of like 2 separate bodies. And yeah, I think the flying is pretty relevant in a lot of matchups too. Like let's say we didn't have Island Walk in that game, like, you know, just having Kara and Coral Helm be flying means that even if he found a way to remove Spreading Seas, it didn't matter. He couldn't block anything anyway. So, and it's also a lot more relevant against decks like Humans, where they have stuff like Mantis Rider that you really want to be able to trade with if possible. And Coral Helm's good at doing that. Can also it just attacks in a lot of scenarios where a lot of other cards can't, and it's a huge threat in the late game where you just like vial it in and then you have 4 mana to pump into it immediately and just make it a huge threat that they have to deal with or they're going to die to. So I like that a lot. Yeah, the Rejury was fine. I don't know if I'm super in love with the card, but I think it's a necessary evil at the moment. Like I said, their Plague Engineer is still out there, so I think just having more Lords against it is a good plan. And I do gotta say, I like the idea that we have at least 5 3-drops in the deck, so now ticking Vial up to 3 is not a terrible plan anymore, especially when you bring in Thassa on top of it. Because then you're at 7 3-drops, so Vial on 3 actually does things. So, I don't know, this list was fine. It did okay. I would probably play it like this again. I don't know if there's many changes I would make to it. Like, I don't know how much more we can go against, or how much more we can try to hedge against the Hogaak deck, but we already have 4, and like maybe we could find room to put like 2 more relic, or like another relic and cage in the list somewhere. Maybe cut 1 land and play a relic since it cycles itself. I mean, our curve is a little bit lower than, but at the same time, we also have a lot more 3-drops that we want to be hard casting. And this list, because it has Coral Helm in it, means that going to 19 land is less good because we actually do have a mana sink for it in the late game. There's a ton of stuff to do with it, like using mana to draw cards with this, or turning this into a creature, making our creatures unblockable with Thassa, or just pumping up Coral Helm. So getting mana flooded isn't that big a deal now, and like also we still have stuff like Biomancer to dump mana into as well. So I don't mind having 20 in this list, but I don't know what else we could reasonably do. We did bring in all the sideboard cards, so that was relevant. And in our league, every single one of these cards came in, so that means that this is probably close to a working plan at least. Like, none of these were just sitting here for some magical threat that never materialized. Like, every card in the 75 was good at some point or another. So yeah, that's what I have to say about this. 3-2 is not terrible. I mean, it's not as great a success as we could hope for, but you know what? That's fine. We'll take small victories. Small victories are still victories. And yeah, so what do I want to say? This coming weekend, I'm actually not going to be around. I'm going out on a trip to Baltimore, so I will not have a video for Sunday most likely. I will see if I have time before I'm leaving this week. I maybe might try to record one early. If not, you may not see one until like after I get back. So maybe on Monday or Tuesday. But I should have something up on Wednesday at least. Wednesday we'll probably try to play Legacy again. Because I want to be able to play both formats. Like I know there are some people who like both, and I always mention this, but we got to keep some kind of balance between Modern and Legacy. So we just did, like, I think 3 Moderns in a row, so we're due for a Legacy. So I think, yeah, Wednesday will probably be Legacy, and then my guess is going to be that on Monday evening, maybe Tuesday, I will record another Modern, but it's not going to be on Sunday, so just giving you a heads up. So yeah, because like I said, I'm not going to be around to, and in case you're wondering, I'm not quitting or anything like that. Sometimes, you know, shit just happens. But alright, well, take it easy, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this, and have a great rest of your day. I'll see you next time. Bye.